Hey, what's going on, people? My name is Terrell Andretti, and I'm the Norris Nemesis. Uh, I appreciate all the prayers, all the support, all the love that y'all showed yesterday. I am healing up. I'm still a little sore. I'm still a little tender. But, I'm going to try to thug through this. I don't want to go too long without giving y'all a video. So, hopefully, y'all can understand what I'm saying. Um, so let's dive in. Um, First and foremost, there is I guess what you'll call it, a scammer that's, in the comments or whatever, talking about financial advice and somebody named Kevin. First of all, I don't know no motherfucker named Kevin. Um, Second of all, I'm not giving financial advice, so, and y'all know too, I don't ask y'all for money. I'll put my Cash App and my PayPal out there, and I give y'all the discretion to donate if y'all want. But I never press y'all and say, hey, send me this, hey, send me that. That ain't my stilo. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the information is there, and if you feel in your heart you want to donate, you can. But that doesn't, me giving out information doesn't depend on whether y'all donate or not. Um, so y'all watch out for that. Um, Also, one on ones. The link is in the description. I had to counsel on a couple people yesterday because this shit was last minute. They kind of fit me in. So if y'all did book a session and I had to cancel it, I had to reschedule or whatever, reach out to me and we can figure something out and reschedule so y'all can get y'all services or whatever. But anyway, we're gonna dive into this video. And first off, we're going to talk about why you don't see the abuse coming. Because at the end of this, we always say, man, how did I let this get here? How did I let this person get me? How did I let this person, make a fool of me? How did I let somebody take advantage of me in this manner? And the way it seems like it just came out of nowhere is because it was done systematically and it was done gradually. And what I mean by that is the narcissist attacked things that made you function as a person. The narcissist attacked your spirit. The narcissist attacked your confidence. The narcissist attacked your beliefs. The narcissist attacked your self esteem. These are things that keep you functioning as an individual. Um, the narcissist might have attacked your mindset. The narcissist might have attacked your religion. They attack key components in what makes you operate as an individual. I'm gonna say that again. That makes you operate as an individual. The narcissist want to take away your individuality, which is basically your ability to be unique, your ability to be different, your ability to think for yourself, and your ability to follow your gut and basically have some self esteem. Because when you know who you are, when you know what you want out of life, when you have a clear and concise mindset, and you're full of ambition or whatever the case is, you operate differently from the rest of the herd, from the rest of the world. You're detached from the matrix. You can think for yourself. 9 times out of 10, if everybody is going this way, you're going that way. At least that's how I am. If you're looking for me, you'll find me in the opposite direction of everybody else. I always tell people that. That's just how I am. That's how the Lord made me, and that's probably how I'm always going to be because it's helped me tremendously. And when a narcissist sees these qualities and traits in you, they're attracted to them because it's human nature to be attracted to somebody who's different, somebody who's unique, somebody who thinks for themselves, somebody who feels for themselves, somebody who doesn't need to be accepted by the majority. So they're like hunters looking for prey. They see these traits in you and they're attracted to them. But the thing is, the narcissistic side kicks in and they know a person that has these traits, they aren't easily controlled. So what happens is they have to systematically and gradually break these traits in you down. And it's kind of ass backwards because you're like, well, if they're attracted to these things, why won't they just leave well enough alone? It's because their narcissism overrides every human aspect about them. I'm going to say that again. Their narcissism overrides every human aspect about them. Their narcissism overrides logic. Their narcissism overrides empathy. Their narcissism overrides common sense. Their narcissism overrides feelings. Their narcissism is king in their mind, and their feelings are fact. And they can feel whatever it is, the complete opposite of what the situation actually is. But in their mind, their feelings are fact. If they feel like you're cheating on you, remember, if they feel like they're cheating, you're cheating on them, you can have no evidence whatsoever displaying that you're cheating on them. But the fact that they feel that way is law enough for them to abide by. So, they have to, it's almost instinctual. They have to break down these traits in you because if they don't, they can't perform their narcissism. And that demon that possesses them starts to backfire in turn on them. And narcissist has a me or else attitude towards you and anybody else, in their world. It's them or else. So, in order to quench that thirst of that spirit that inhabits them, and in order to quench that thirst for attention and everything that's in their mind, they will break you down and anybody who stands in their way. And it starts off small. You might say, first they're gonna poke at your boundaries. You might say some simple shit like, hey, I don't accept calls after 9 p.m. for the simple fact I got to get up early for work. And, it's just been a routine of mine for the last 5 years, and it's always kept me in good standing. You can tell them this. And what they'll do, you said don't call you after 9. Them motherfuckers will call you at 9:15 p.m. one night. Just to see, do you stand firm on those boundaries? Did you hear me? They will call you at 9:15 to see if you stand firm on your boundaries. And this is where the systematic shit starts. What'll happen is, they love bombing you, so you in love with them. You set this boundary now, but you're in love with them. And the love bombers took over. You might even have a trauma bond at this point. So what'll happen, you'll get that call at 9:15, knowing good and well you're going against the grain of what you believe in. So what'll happen is you like them so much, you don't want to offend them so much, you'll let that shit slide. Oh, it's cool, I want to hear from him. I haven't heard from him all day anyway. Whatever. And this is even with non-narcissistic people as well. I'm teaching y'all about boundaries here. This is how people pick apart your boundaries. You said, hey, don't call me after 9 p.m. They call you at 9:15. And I call it a heat check. They're heat checking you to see, are there consequences for this behavior? And because what you'll do, you'll adjust your respect for their disrespect. You'll adjust your respect for their disrespect. And it's something so small, right? But that's how they got to start off, because they have to start with something small so you won't notice the bigger shit that they start doing later on. Because if they gradually do it, it's less likely that you notice. And by the time you look up, you're in a fucking shitstorm because they've gotten you to adjust your respect towards so many different things. And before you know it, you look up and you've done completely adjusted your respect all the way to being disrespected. So they'll see that you're okay with them calling them at 9:15. Next it'll be 9:30. Next it'll be keeping you up on the phone all night, knowing you got to go to work. They're good at that shit too, keeping you up all night, whether it's over the phone or in person. And it's a reason they do that. But anyway, then they'll start keeping you up all night. Now you done completely abandoned your boundary that you set, because now it doesn't happen just once a week. Now it happens every day. And you done completely let it slide. They've broken down a boundary. So now they know, okay, I can break that down, and I've broken that down. What's next? You could tell these motherfuckers, hey, I don't like too much seasoning on my food. You might have high blood pressure, you might be on a diet, whatever the case is. Or you can say you don't eat a certain food because you're on a diet. I've been through this shit personally. My narc, everybody who follows me on IG and all that shit, y'all know I'm really into fitness. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just say I eat plants and all that shit. If you do, that's good for you. But I keep a pretty cool diet. And what my narc used to do, she used to always buy me food. Which, I mean, is awesome, but at the same time, it's like, you know I'm trying to watch my weight. You know I'm a personal trainer. You know I'm doing this and this. You know, ease up on the fast food. Like, she'll buy chicken wings. She'll buy me seafood platters, buy me daiquiris, all this shit. And, of course, I eat it because I'm like, okay, you know, I don't want to be rude. You bought me this food. I appreciate it. But at the same time, that's her getting me to break a boundary. Oh, let's see how healthy you really are. Let's see how in shape you really want to stay. So that's another boundary that she broke down. Now they can move on to something else. You see how shit, it gradually goes up. Now the major shit comes. I don't like girls with male friends. Me personally, I don't. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I can say, oh, well, I don't appreciate, you know, this male friend that happens to be an ex-boyfriend or whatever the case is. And that's something you've been standing on for your whole relationship. Now they'll get you to let that slide because you done let so much other shit slide. They're creating habits in you. Now you have a habit of letting shit slide and devaluing yourself and breaking your own boundaries down. So they don't even have to do the work. All they have to do is put the idea in your head and you'll do the work for them. Because I told y'all, narcissists are lazy as fuck. They'll rather put the seeds in you to let you destroy yourself than actually put in the work. But they will if they have to. So now you'll say something like, oh, well, I don't like, and this can go either way. Not being sexist here. This can go either way. You could be a female and you can say, I don't like guys with female friends. Whatever the case is. You stated this. But you're so used to letting things slide and breaking down your barriers and boundaries that now this has become systematic behavior. So now you're willing to break that boundary as well. So now you're completely doing shit that you know you're against. They know you're against this. But see, they get a kick out of making you break down your own boundaries. So now you're welcoming in more abuse because your boundaries have been slowly and systematically broken down. Because it starts as something so minute and then it grows into something gigantic. And, you know, like they say, You take the head, the body will follow. So they're gradually, it's like a disease, it's like an infection. More and more of it comes in, it's easier to take the host down. Before you know it, you're letting anything slide because you're used to breaking down your own boundaries, and they've kept you in such a system of turmoil and chaos. You're begging for some peace. So now, whatever they're offering, whatever the going against the grain is, whatever the lying is, the cheating, whatever it is, whatever abuse it is, you just go with the flow in hopes that they'll just stop for a minute, that they'll just let off the gas, that they'll just give you a second to think and fucking breathe. So now you've become an enabler because you just want them to stop. Okay, whatever, do whatever you want to do. Now they got you right where they want to because now they can reign supreme. They can do what they want. That's when they start upping the ante because you done collapsed every other boundary you got. From the big shit down to the small shit. So now you have absolutely no boundaries, which is a free-for-all for a narcissist, which is a narcissist playground, a person without boundaries. And it sounds so like you would be aware of it, but the emotions and the confusion that they keep you in, it keeps you from being aware of this shit. Because like I said, they're keeping you tired. They're keeping you up at night so you can be tired and in a state of confusion. They're causing constant drama. So you're just begging for a little peace, even if that's letting them do what the fuck they want to do. So you're not even noticing that it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. You're having less and less and less boundaries. They're taking more and more and more control. That's why people say, learn how to say no. Because what it'll do, it's going to protect your boundaries, and it's going to keep away people that don't respect boundaries. Because if you tell somebody no, as far as something that goes against your boundaries and what you stand for, and it scares them off, great. Keep them motherfuckers away from you. That's how you protect yourself. Saying no is a way to protect yourself. And you might be like, man, I don't want to let this person down. I don't want to let that person down. Think of yourself that same way. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt my own feelings. I don't want to put myself in a bad position. And it might sound narcissistic, but everybody has narcissistic tendencies. Some narcissistic traits are actually healthy and they keep you alive. They keep you safe. But when you have a disorder, that's when you develop a problem. So it's healthy to say no because that lets people know how far they can go with you. And when you keep saying yes, you let the narcissist know that there is no limit to the disrespect that you're willing to accept. And we've all been there. But I'm just letting you know this is how they systematically break you down without you even fucking know it. They train you to destroy yourself. And they sit back and they enjoy the show.